May 31st, 2011, El Reno, Oklahoma, 4:47 p.m. It's an ordinary afternoon. A woman hangs laundry in her backyard. A man mows his lawn. At a roadside diner, a truck driver jokes about needing coffee to stay alive. No one knows that within hours, everything will be gone. Because 70 miles away, the sky is building something massive, something patient, something no one fully understands. This is the story of El Reno, the day the atmosphere broke its own rules. Oklahoma sits in one of the most dangerous weather zones on Earth. Warm, humid air rises from the Gulf of Mexico. Cold, dry air crashes down from the north, and a dry line forms between them, an invisible boundary that can ignite violent storms. When these collide, the result is explosive. On the morning of May 31st, every condition was perfect. Meteorologists saw it early. By noon, one forecaster described it simply: the kind of day that makes you call your family. By 2:30 p.m., storms begin to build. Storm chasers are already in position, experienced, calm, prepared. At 3:52 p.m., one storm near El Reno begins rotating violently. At 4:17 p.m., the National Weather Service issues a tornado emergency. Minutes later, it touches down. At first, it seems like a typical large tornado, but it's rain-wrapped, hidden behind curtains of precipitation. Drivers don't see a funnel. They see darkness moving toward them. Emergency lines are flooded within minutes. And on nearby highways, something deadly begins. People try to flee. Cars pack the roads south of El Reno. Traffic stops. Gridlock. Some people abandon vehicles. Some shelter under overpasses. Some freeze. But tornadoes don't follow roads. And this one doesn't follow rules. Then it arrives. Survivors say the pressure drops instantly. Ears pop. The air feels wrong. The sky turns green. Homes aren't damaged, they're erased. Vehicles aren't pushed, they're thrown. 40-ton trucks are lifted and scattered like toys. This is not ordinary destruction. This is something beyond scale. At 4:31 p.m., everything changes. The tornado suddenly shifts direction, sharply south. Storm chasers who had positioned safely are now directly in its path. Escape routes vanish in seconds. Then radar reveals something shocking. The tornado is 2.6 miles wide, the largest ever recorded, wider than Manhattan. Among those in its path is Tim Samaras, one of the most respected tornado researchers in the world. He wasn't chasing thrills, he was collecting data to save lives. With him are his son Paul and colleague Carl Young. When the tornado turns, they have no time. No route works. All three are killed. Their loss sends shockwaves through the scientific and storm-chasing communities. Because if Tim Samaras couldn't escape, no one could. The tornado stays on the ground for 40 minutes. Power grids fail. Cell towers collapse. Emergency systems overload. Entire neighborhoods disappear. Mobile homes are completely destroyed, offering no protection at all. First responders arrive to landscapes they can't recognize. No roads, no landmarks, just debris. And yet, people survive. A grandmother shields her grandchildren in a bathtub. They're thrown over 100 feet and live. A man watches a house fly past him like a ship in the air. A paramedic searches by sound, unable to recognize the ground beneath him. In the middle of chaos, humanity holds on. The tornado finally lifts at 5:27 p.m. Its impact: 2.6 miles, wide winds near 300 miles per hour. The strongest ever recorded, 23 lives lost, hundreds injured. But one number stands out: 40 miles. That's how far it missed Oklahoma City. Had it hit the city directly, the death toll could have been unimaginable. El Reno changed everything. Scientists discovered that massive tornadoes can contain hidden subvortices, smaller tornadoes within the larger one. Invisible, unpredictable, deadly. It changed how storms are studied, how chasers operate, how warnings are issued. Tim Samaras died gathering data. That data is now saving lives. Today, a small marker stands where Tim Samaras, his son, and Carl Young were found. People still leave notes there. One reads, We're still learning from you. We won't stop. That's what stays with you about El Reno. Not just the size, not just the destruction, but the people. Because every spring, the same conditions return. The warm air, the cold fronts, the invisible boundary. And somewhere, a meteorologist looks at the data and goes quiet. We have better tools now. But the atmosphere doesn't care. It builds. It waits. And when the moment comes, it reminds us how small we are.